to the currency markets then, and the rupee has gained today as exporters cash in dollars, and there you have it, 1% of gain coming in before the market shut today. But the rupee is set for a biggest monthly decline in last 4 months. It's down more than or around 4% for the month of March and is down 12% for this fiscal year. In other currencies, the euro has marked its biggest quarterly gain versus Japanese yen in last 11 years. In the commodity currencies, the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar are headed for first monthly decline in this year. AUD is down 3.5%, while the New Zealand dollar is down more than 2% in the month of March. Let's get in then. Abhishek Goenka, he's CEO India Forex Advisors, and he joins us in the studios. Abhishek, hi. Let's start with the Indian rupee first. And today has seen 1% of gains coming in. But how do you see rupee opening up for the next quarter?
I think rupee should maintain its weakness, But there's a little bit to cheer about today because of stock markets going up, because of the recent information we got on the participatory notes. But I personally feel that, despite the low liquidity market in the rupees maintain weakness. Despite dollar being weak, internationally rupees maintain weakness. And because of a host of other issues in the Asian markets, if you see, rupee has been the most underperforming currency. So I personally feel in the next quarter also rupee is going to maintain its weakness, probably in the range of 50.5 to 52.5. That should be the range for the next 3 months.
Vijay, how would you look at the Indian rupee? That's the view coming in from India Forex for the next quarter. But for the very near term, how are you trading it in futures?
I think the April series will see ample amount of support, which I maintained even yesterday at 50.50. If the dollar comes to 50.5, I'm going long on the USD in the April series. I do feel a retest of probably 51.75 would be in order in the absolute near term within a week or so. And the way the rupee has gone in the recent past, it was basically the customary March end kind of volatility. From now, I think it should settle, and the direction is the weakness vis-a-vis the US dollar. So it's basically long dollar, short rupee.
Long dollar, short rupee. Abhishek, coming to the most of these commodity currencies, and they haven't posted a very good March. We have seen a sell-off in commodities as well. Would you say short Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar should be a strategy going forward as well?
Of course, Manisha. I've been maintaining that now the Chinese problems have even become more acute, and it's getting into the sentiment across the world. And I think Australian and New Zealand dollar is likely to get sold. I think Australian dollar we could see parity very soon. And that's the way going forward, I guess.
Abhishek, how about the euro? Because that is something that has been holding strong. We've been hearing those levels about 1.35, 1.38 yet back into the markets. Are you reading into that?
See, I personally feel that euro has gone up because the kind of funding that they've got recently, they say it's a firewall. I personally say it's a firewall with a hole. So probably this is more of a short-term measure. And on a medium term, I think still the yields are very much high in some of the countries. And overall, the sentiment is not too great. So maybe at 1.35 could be touched. But overall, I think sell on every rally, euro.
Abhishek, one quick word on the other Asian currencies as well. It hasn't been a good quarter for them as well as has been the case with rupee. Is there any pocket that you think could do better than the other?
I personally feel Chinese yuan has been a little weak in these days. I think it will start appreciating very soon. And overall Malaysian ringgit and peso and all that stuff would be maybe going up. But overall rupee is comparison to all these currencies would still maintain weakness. And Japanese yen, of course, if I talk about Japanese yen, I think we are heading towards an 85 and 90 in the next 3 to 4 months.